Hey, what is up, boys? I'm your boy Nick with Pick My Minute. Today we're going to be talking about my next lock of the week for UFC Vegas 84. I got an absolute crazy lock of the week for you guys. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch how it plays out. And this card is pretty good. I mean, there's some fights that have been canceled on this card. We still got 12 fights as of right now. We don't know how many more fights are going to be canceled. So I am a little bit worried because I'm dropping this lock of the week video early a little bit. But I wanted to get this out as fast as I could. So guys, for lock of the week for UFC Vegas 84 is gonna be none other than a boy who's
Jim A10 Miller.
A10 Miller. A10 Miller. Let's freaking go. We're gonna go with A10 Miller. I know he's 40 years old. I know he's had over like 50 fights at this point. Been in the UFC for over a decade, like over more than 2 decades at this point. I mean, he's been in the UFC for a long ass time. I mean, this dude, the only guy to ever fight in UFC 300, 100, 200, and now more than likely going to be fighting UFC 300. Our boy Jim Miller is going to absolutely smoke Benitez, I think. The only thing I'm worried about is the age factor because he's still 40 years old fighting at 155. But he's been going out there looking better and better every time. He's knocking people out now at 40 years old. He's found that power.
Yeah, well, that's really his style. Nice uppercut. Charlie was maybe hurt. Nice knee. Charlie was
Looking to finish his fight. Jim Miller all over Kamal Shallows.
Sometimes it doesn't really matter when you're that old, when you got that experience factor. And he's fighting Benitez. I mean, Gabriel Benitez, a really good brawler. It's really tough, man. Gabriel Benitez is a tough motherfucker, though. I mean, he's been in the UFC for over like half a decade at this point too. Had over 10 fights in the UFC. Things haven't really gone his way as much as he wanted to. But he's a tough dude, man. He's a tough dude. Only losing to good guys out there like Sadiq Yusuf. Only losing to guys like David Onama and Billy Corntillo. Those are the only 3 losses I think he's got in the last couple of fights. But his wins just haven't aged all that well. I don't like the wins that he's got. All the guys that he has wins over are not even UFC anymore. And he's losing to every time he takes a step up in competition. He's losing to those fights. So I don't know what the UFC is hoping for here. Is the UFC hoping that he gets a win here over a guy like A10 Miller? Or are they setting up A10 Miller for a win here? That's what I'm wondering, to be honest. Let me know if you got what you guys think down below in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to go with my boy A10 Miller as the lock of the week. Let's freaking go. Underdog lock of the week. I think he's going to get this done, man. I picked him as underdog. I've been picking him as underdog in my early picks video since back when he was like plus 114. Plus, he was all the way up at like plus 124, I think, even early on. But money has been coming on A10 Miller, and I think it makes sense. I mean, how can you trust a guy like Benitez at these at minus 125, minus 140, whatever he's at right now? And I think the guy that's proven it in the UFC is A10 Miller against a good competition. Has a win over Charles Oliveira at 145, I think.
He just chains one thing into next. Oh, and he took him down. Look, he's going for a leg lock.
Big shots to the body.
Jim's got a leg lock. It is all over. It is all over.
Yeah, Miller's got a really good submission game. He can submit guys. If you shoot a naked takedown on him, he can definitely catch you in a ninja choke, some guillotine choke.
Counter right hand from Guida. Oh, and they both trade right hands. Guida is hurt, and he's in the guillotine. That is tight. That is in. That is his best choke. Miller's got this, guys. He's out. Miller, he's out.
He's got a lot of tools in his toolbox. He's got power in his hands, knocking people out at 155 now. He's been active now, way more active than Benitez has been. The only thing that worries me is the age factor. He's 5 years older than Gabriel Benitez, fighting at 155. But sometimes it doesn't matter. I mean, look at Josh Emmett against Bryce Mitchell. Sometimes it doesn't matter when you're almost at 40 years old or 40 years old. When you still got that power, you can still crack these guys and put them to sleep. So I think Miller can definitely get it done, man. I think I'm hoping it's a knockout. But I think he'll probably be like, he'll probably hurt Benitez on the feet. And then he'll probably panic shoot a takedown and then wrap up a guillotine or ninja choke. And the only guys that have knocked out Jim Miller, I think, was Dan the Hangman Hooker. And the other guy to knock out Jim Miller was, who else was it? I think it was early on. I can't even remember. The only guy to knock out A10 Miller, other than Dan Hooker, was Donald Cerrone. That's the only other guy that's knocked out A10 Miller. So I don't think Benitez is at the level of Dan Hooker or Donald Cerrone back when Donald Cerrone was in his prime in 2024. So 2014, I mean, not 2024. I mean, but yeah, Donald Cerrone is retired at this point, but Miller was able to beat Donald Cerrone the second time. Miller is 4-1 in his last 5 fights, so only lost to Alexander Hernandez, who's in his prime, and Alexander Hernandez was able to out wrestle him. Miller gave even a Dustin Poirier back in the day a tough fight. That fight went to majority decision. So yeah, Miller is a tough dude, man. He's definitely gonna give Gabriel Benitez a tough fight, and I think he's a really good underdog pick, to be honest, as the lock of the week. So I'm gonna roll with my boy Ethan Miller for lock of the week. Let's freaking go Ethan Miller, and I hope to see him on a UFC 300. And I really hope he gets it done, man. I think he's gonna get it done. So this is a little bit of a risky pick here. I'm not picking a guy like Nolan, who's at like minus 240 right now, minus 250 right now, or picking a guy like Freed Bossard, who's undefeated, minus 240, minus 250, or no Cap, minus 200, minus 240. I mean, other guys like on there, Acosta, who's like minus 400. So I'm definitely going with my with the Savage underdog lock here. Let's freaking go, boys! Hit the like down below. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And I appreciate all the support from you guys. We're working our way to 1K subscribers. Let's freaking go. 1K subscribers coming up soon. Putting out daily content now for you guys. Doing daily live streams now. Make sure you guys go check out our daily live streams. We have a lot of fun in the daily live streams. And I appreciate you guys all again, man. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. And I still gotta go and edit this video, put in some highlights and stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys let me know what you guys think down below in the comments for the underdog lock of the week. For this next UFC card, and I can't wait to have the UFC back finally, man. After a month off, it feels like a lifetime, to be honest, because we're so used to having the UFC like almost every single week. So now that we haven't had UFC in like what 4 or 5 weeks now at this point, it just feels like a lifetime, man. So it's tough surviving with no UFC out there. We're trying to find other forms of entertainment like a power slap and stuff like that. It's just not the same. So once again, guys, make sure you guys support the channel. Hit the like down below, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're making daily content, live streams, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think about the lock of the week down below in the comments. 40-year-old Ethan Miller for lock of the week is gonna get us paid at plus money. Let's freaking go, boys.